someone explain this to me? How come if I die even once, the rest of my team instantly dies and we lose the game? But when other players are in the same situation, they somehow revive and regain like nothing happened. Well guys, I'm gonna give you 10 tips to have better situational awareness starting right now. So to keep things simple, I'm going to be saying good play or bad play every time our team makes a decision. So first things first, oh no, as I say this, first things first, I'm bailing if I'm Carnage right here. We have Scythe actually breaking his legs on impact as soon as he gets down to bio, so we gotta dip out. So Carnage recognizing the situation, actually swan diving into the ocean for a quick second, and I don't mind this play. I would say it's a good play as far as reacting to the situation and saying, hey, if we happen to get cleaned out right here, we're done in under 5 seconds. So good play actually by Carnage getting out of there. Just in case, it looks like Scythe was actually able to get back up and somehow actually get a kill while not getting thirsted. So no one actually got him down in the first place when he broke his leg. So people were not aware of the fact that he was just laying there. So it was lucky for him to get up. And now we're kind of a little bit more settled in. We have Kaz and Carnage both in the basement. As I say that, Scythe actually going down, unfortunately getting gunned by somebody with a BP 50. We got bouncing betties all over the place too. Kind of a chaotic start here for our boys. Unfortunately, Carnage now with no plates as well, kind of separated from Kaz as well too. Kaz over trying to finish the scav, getting that finished up now. So we have more than enough money for loadout here. If I was Carnage right here, I'd be trying to get out of the situation, just trying to get over towards industry, which he's going to do right here. So a good play here, getting back together with the team. We're going to throw our money down. We have 17 grand, and at this point, we're going to get our loadout. Here's our loadout down right in front of us. We got players over towards the dock as well to our right, so we might be scouting that out in a second here. Let's see, we got a bunch of weapon pings over to the right, so a lot of fighting. We could potentially third party right here. As I say that, we actually got players that we got to worry about in industry right here. We're pushing up on somebody. We saw this shadow for a second. Someone's trying to run away from us right here. Not sure if we're going to catch him. So that would have been a good spot for somebody to live ping that enemy before shooting, just in case they happen to break line of sight like they do and they happen to escape. Not a huge deal. Didn't really cost us anything, but it would have been nice to get the extra SR. And that player might be lingering around here still unless they decided to run over to chemical or just try to go to bio or escape the fact that he's right on top of a team. So we do have players here towards the dock, and I think we are going to be pushing that way. Yeah, we're full sending this right now, and I don't mind it. We got a player flying in right in front of us as well. PA, I don't know if I like this PA because now we don't have the ability to push up with our team. We're getting looked at from behind. High alert going off, so we kind of have to sit out for a second. We did happen to get it down, I think. We got to confirm. So we did get it down from the PA, so it ended up working out. But in the event that that didn't actually happen, it'd be a little bit rough for Carnage there, kind of forcing himself out into the open and having to wait. Yes, it's only for a few brief seconds, but that could be the difference between getting shot in the back and not being able to call to his team and say, hey, I need help, or even running inside the building at the dock. So you got to be careful with that. You're kind of going for a flank, catching two players in the open here. Is he going to get that? It's going to get one down. I don't mind this. That player is at least out of commission for a second here. You don't have to panic and try and get the thirst. There's the thirst right there coming in from Kaz as well. Okay. We got another player here. This is the other player that's running away. Gonna get world starred. Throwing knife coming in. We're honestly, considering how rough the beginning was, we're actually not doing too bad. Now that we're sitting in the second circle, we got 3 kills on the board for Carnage. So we're doing okay here. Got more players out in the open here, up on the hill towards towards Scythe, I think. Both of them got caught out, and unfortunately, Carnage actually getting separated there. I really wish I got the opportunity to see what happened there, but it looks like Carnage somehow got separated and the other 2 players got run up on super badly. So once again, we find ourselves swimming, unfortunately. I will say this is a little bit overkill as far as the rotation. There's definitely players close to us, but we probably didn't have to rotate this far away. It's totally fine to save the game in this regard. But here, we're probably going to be making our way back and trying to, as I say this, unfortunately, I was going to say, part of the rotation there is, yes, of course we want to stay safe, but we have our loadouts, and we still do have our smokes, and unfortunately, both of our players going down again, Kaz and Scythe, absolutely in the blender right now, and Carnage is out here just jogging for his life. I think, hold on a second. So right here he's just sitting, waiting, a little inspect for the kids at home. There are players around us as well. So we're a little bit frantic right here. But once again, I don't mind the smoke. Once again, you're by yourself. You kind of are isolated away from your entire team as they're trying to respawn, and you're kind of in the open as well too. So throwing down the smoke, even if it might have been a waste there because there wasn't someone actually pushing him, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So it's a good play to play the safe game. And I'll say, as far as this match so far, that's all Carnage has been able to do is just try and stay alive. The team has definitely been in the blender, but I do believe that we're trying to get another regain going here. We have another scavenger going right now, and it looks like Scythe is going to be rotating towards finishing the scav right here. I will say, at this point, we have more than enough money, and this is a bad play, honestly. It's a bad play to try and rotate and finish the scav when everybody has the money. Scythe actually able to pick up a kill in the process, but I will say, being so separated now, we do have the ability to get loadout without Scythe, but it's going to be a mission for him to try and make his way back here. Scythe super isolated over in prison right now and actually going to go down, unfortunately. And I will say that's a super unwarranted death for Scythe to go all the way over there to try and get that scavenger completed. As I said, hold on one second. We are super caught in the open. This right here, this is unfortunately a jump scare bad play, I will say. It's unfortunate because Carnage was actually in the building and he pushed into the open as he saw that player. I'm not sure if he was trying to flank him and he thought it was just one, but there's multiple players. There's players up on the roof as well too, and also pushing the front of that building that Kaz was in, but now he's rotating away for his life. And so now at this point we have Carnage flying back in. I'm pretty sure he's going to be hitting his loadout here as well. And guys, we've been in the blender for the majority of this game. This is probably close to our third time regaining as a whole team, going and getting another loadout, trying to get a scavenger going, getting our money together so that we can actually have a chance of continuing to fight. We're only sitting on 3 kills right now in the third circle, and we do have a fire sale happening right now, and I'm pretty sure we're going to hit that in a second. There goes down the money from Scythe right here. We're going to hit this, and I don't think we can get too much. We got $1,200, so we're probably going to get some plates at the very least. We're able to hit the fire sales or at least get something to help us regain just a little bit. And at this point, since we definitely have been going through it, it's definitely important to just grab whatever you can. And in this case, if it's plates, that's all we can really do. So here we're pushing up the forklift ladder into Cafeteria, and there are a ton of players here, so we gotta be super careful. We just saw one in front of us. There's one. As I say this, Kaz actually going down behind us, trying to stick the res immediately. They got shot from somebody in the courtyard, so there might be somebody pushing up right now as I say this, coming up right now. So unfortunately, not gonna get the stick on Kaz. He's going to stay down. Scythe actually scaring that player away and actually getting him down. We have more players here in Cafeteria as well. This is actually a good play. This right here, I'm going to say this is actually a key moment in the game right now for our team. And that key moment is the fact that we didn't try to stick that res. It feels like it might be selfish, but there are a ton of players around. We cannot afford to be sticking the res and having the whole team go down because we're trying to save one person from losing 4 or 5 SR. I'm gonna say this is actually a bad play on Kaz's part for not bleeding out earlier because he inevitably ended up dying anyways because of the pressure that was on our team. So now his timer is going to take even longer because there's nobody to actually fight at this point. If he bled out immediately and we fought all those players, he would already be back in the game. We got another player at the forklift ladder, so gotta be careful. Players in front of us as well too. Right here, I don't know if I like this play. And I say this because Carnage is now isolated himself outside of forklift by himself. Scythe is nowhere to help him right here. So we gotta do some dipping and diving and dancing out here. Extremely lucky that somebody else happened to shoot at that player from the top of prison. So now we are actually out here skating. We're actually out here skating, kids. So I don't know. I do not know how Carnage is alive. I will genuinely say that was not a good play to jump out and get a little bit antsy or a little bit greedy for that one kill. And unfortunately, I don't even think he got the kill. It looks like another player happened to steal that, but it ended up working out anyways because somebody actually helped him, and by pure luck, the player up top just shot at the enemy versus shooting at Carnage. So very lucky to be alive right there. Also, with Resurgence disabled as well, that could have been catastrophic. We see the mortars going down on top prison. There's tons of people fighting out in the courtyard. There's tons of people fighting on the roof as well. So trying to sneak a buy right now would be crazy difficult. Okay, holding it down. We got players right up on top of us coming out of carpets. So we are surveying, looking around down lane. I will say in this situation, you're not necessarily a bad play, but I would be holding this with my AR. If somebody does happen to peek this lane from that distance, I would definitely want to be able to get some serious damage on them with my SOA versus my HRM. We're also sitting at full threat as well as far as the bounty. So there are players, whether or not they're necessarily looking for us, they're definitely close to us. So we gotta be careful. We do have players below us in the cafeteria, a bunch of people getting forced in from the gas down below. We got players right in front of us as well. Good live ping. I think right here, Carnage is trying to go for the flank and try and catch him on the other side of carpets here. A little late on the flank, not necessarily a bad play. It's a shorter flank, so I don't mind that. Just trying to collapse just in case there happened to be another player, and he was able to get a shot in the back there to try and take them out. So totally okay. So at this point right here, this is where things get a little bit strange. Since top prison is going to get pulled out of gas as soon as the circle closes, I would personally not go top prison here, because the reason why I would not is because as soon as the gas pulls, we're gonna have to jump. And if you've ever been in the situation where you're jumping off of top prison or from any high building, as soon as you pull your chute, you're gonna get slammed. So right here, we're gonna go a little bit early, jump from a little bit lower. And I don't mind this, trying to get to the bridge as well. I don't mind this at all. It's so we have the opportunity to shoot players out of the air here. As I say that, we're actually getting shot. Someone's shooting at us. We're getting shot. I think there's somebody on our bridge right there. We got to turn around right here. Whole team getting ear-holed right here. I don't mind Carnage jumping away, just trying to save the game. A huge heads-up play on Carnage's part to say, you know what? I'm not going to lose the game to be a hero. I'm just going to dip out. And in the event that somehow we don't all die right here, thankfully, I'm still alive. I'm kind of isolated here. And I said, this right here, this is not a good play. That is a bad play on Carnage's part because he happened to push into the unknown by himself. He didn't have to go quite that far to escape the pressure. Going down to that initial shed was fine, but somehow Kaz actually able to get the buyback in the gas and buy both Scythe and Carnage back. Somehow amongst the madness, Scythe actually happened to go down. So a huge heads up play on Kaz's part, now fighting for his life. Unfortunately, he is going to go down, but we are landing in right now. We got a player up to our left, so we got to be super careful. Actually not going to win this fight here. Scythe by himself, unfortunately, but somehow going crazy. I don't know what he's doing, but somehow actually getting a 2-piece and the res. This is a key moment in the game. Guys, if you want to talk about being composed, that was perfect play by Scythe to get Kaz back, win a 2v1 situation, and res Carnage. We are now basically as close to full power as we can possibly be. We have the buy station next to us, we got a bunch of money, we got the portable radar going down, and we are now in a 3v2 situation, and we have high ground. This is game, guys. There's no way we can lose at this point. We have 2 players, 1 player in the gas. I think he just actually died to the gas. Another player now running for his life, getting jumped on by Kaz, and guys, just like that, that's gonna be it. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, but you're someone who wants to work a little bit more on your team gunfights, then I highly recommend checking out this video right here.